In honor of my 1,000th Twitter follower, I decided to start doing Periscope training videos. Today we're going to have a wonderful dinner, and I'm making something new that is just a recipe that I am creating on the fly based on the wonderful flavors that I know that my family likes. You can never go wrong with shrimp, crab, bacon, lobster to go as a side for the lovely steaks that we're going to have later today. So basically I just have some prawns here that I have just butterflied and cleaned, and I will be spreading them open and be able to fill them with a lovely mixture I'm going to make. Now the filling is going to be a combination of some crab that is something that doesn't come any easier than cleaned super lump crab already to go. It's one of my favorite go-to ingredients. Now I am just going to put a little bit of crab in here. I don't need the whole container. Let's do a little bit more. Okay. We'll also throw in some bacon. And again, this is just ready cooked real bacon that we always keep on hand for just when you want to add a little bit more flavor to the party. I'm also going to add an egg in here. And this is just going to help bind it all together. And I'm just going to add some very basic seasonings to this. Some of our favorite go-to ingredients are this custom blended herb de Provence, which the recipe's on my website, mymotherssecrets.com. It's a combination of basil, oregano, thyme, fennel, and rosemary. Just going to sprinkle some in there. I also have just some Mrs. Dash that adds a little bit of spice to the party. I'm going to use just a tad bit of a Chardonnay oak sea salt. I'm not going to use too much of it because there's already some salt in the bacon. And just stir this up. Now I'm just going to put some of this on the shrimp. And you don't have to worry about it being perfect, because the lovely thing with these flavors is no matter what it actually looks like, the flavors are going to be there, and my family is going to be very happy. Now you can do this with other things as well. If you have, mushrooms or a cornbread filling that you like, you can just use anything pretty much to stuff these little pockets of shrimp, and it will be delicious. And this filling also goes very well in mushrooms. And it's just a very quick, easy appetizer or a side dish. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is just take a little bit of some breadcrumbs, and sprinkle it on top, just because I like the little added texture that it gets. I don't want this to be, fully breaded, but the breadcrumbs are just going to add a nice little bit of extra texture. And you could also use panko breadcrumbs or skip the breadcrumbs if you don't have them. But so then the last thing I'm going to do is I have a little bit of garlic butter, and I'm just going to drizzle some of this lightly over my shrimp. And again, I'm not paying that much attention to it being completely accurate. No matter how it is, it's going to be delicious. So now the next step is I'm going to put these into my cast iron pan that I have been heating up, and I will take care of cooking these and then make a lovely lobster sauce to go with it. So thank you so much for joining me for my first Periscope video. It's been a lot of fun, and stay tuned for the second installment. Thanks. Have a great day. So now the crab stuffed shrimp is in my grill pan, starting to cook and season. I am just leaving it on for a few minutes. I could cook these a variety of different ways. I could put them in the oven to finish them. I could even put them in my Advantium. But I am just going to let them continue to slow cook for a few more moments. It doesn't take very long at all for the shrimp to cook, and the crab is already cooked. So as soon as this is done, I will be back for the last installment. And to answer your question, no, these are actually shrimp that have been butterflied and stuffed with a combination of crab, bacon, and they will be finished with a lobster butter sauce. So this is going to go with our wonderful steaks that we're having for dinner. And these are just absolutely delicious. I am hoping, anyway, they will be. I've never made this before. It's a recipe that I am just creating on the fly today. And I'm just learning how to Periscope, so please be gentle with me. I am still figuring this out. So I'm actually going to stop this for a moment. In just a few moments, I will be back to finish the sauce and have my camera girl back so I don't have to hold the camera and cook at the same time. Great, so now we're here to continue, and these are cooked, so I'm just going to remove them quickly. Oops, see, sometimes accidents happen, but that's okay. And excuse me, sweetheart, let me just write down here. Here's mine. Okay, this is where I need my family's assistance in the fact that normally my favorite purple, oh, here it is. They did put it in the right spot. I just could not find it quickly enough. What I'm going to do is just make a quick little sauce that's going to go over the shrimp. And first of all, I have some Bar Harbor lobster juice, and this is absolutely phenomenal. If you've never used it, you're missing out on something. I'm also going to add a little bit of white wine because we live in wine country, so we need some white wine. And I have some butter. And this is butter that's already been mixed with garlic and is left over from my husband prepping our steaks. I'm just going to let this come together and bring all those yummy bits of flavor from the bottom. I'm going to let it reduce just a bit. I'm just going to do a slight little taste of this to see if I need to adjust the flavor at all. You know, actually, although that's pretty good, I'm going to add a little bit more garlic and a little bit more seasoning. So this is some of that herb de Provence. Some fresh cracked pepper. And a dab bit more garlic that I had already run through garlic press. Now let's see again how this flavor is. Just a tad bit more pepper, I think. And I think I'm also going to add some Hungarian paprika. Can never go wrong with Hungarian paprika. And just one more pinch of our sea salt. And then this sauce is coming together beautifully. One last taste test, and we should be good to go. Oh, it's perfect. I wish you could taste this. It's absolutely fabulous. Now, I'm just going to carefully pour this over And as you can see, this is just an absolutely beautiful appetizer. I'm going to call my family and we're going to have a glass of wine and enjoy this while we get ready for the last course of our dinner. So thank you so much for joining me. I'll be back in a few more minutes for another installment. Okay, family, you may come and try this while it's hot.
Sorry, Dawn.
That's okay.